This is Greg Holliday he is a national sales manager with GeoSpring water heaters. I brought him in today to explain in detail about these water heaters, how efficient they are, and how to operate them for everyday use. Greg, please.
Thank you very much. What a great energy saving choice for the house. Water heating is the second highest single energy user in the home. And this particular product you're looking at here is the first Energy Star water heater designed to actually save money. So you're talking about a water heater that is not 80 or 90% efficient like a standard, but 240%. What that means is this is a heat pump. A heat pump says I can move heat cheaper and easier than I can create heat. But because this is a hybrid water heater, it actually does both. So your water heater came out of the box set to 120 degrees in the hybrid mode. That's where the energy guide, which you see on it that says this costs $220 a year to operate, that's what it's based on. So set to 120 degrees, 220 bucks is the most you will spend. The heat pump says I'm going to be the primary source of heating. I'm going to move heat from around the water heater, absorb that in through the top, and I'm going to transfer that heat to the tank. When the heat pump runs, it only draws 550 watts of power. But because this is a hybrid water heater, it still has the standard electric heating elements in it as well. So in the hybrid mode, the water heater will decide on its own when to switch from heat pump to standard electric mode, depending on the water needs that you're presenting in the house. So when you take a shower in the morning, you use 12 to 15 gallons of hot water mixed with 12 to 15 gallons of cold. The heat pump is going to come on, you're going to hear the fan operation, and it's immediately beginning to replace that heated water. You take 2 showers, now maybe you're up to 30, 35 gallons of hot water. The heat pump says I can still solve that problem. If that's the only activity in the morning, the heat pump would run for 2 or 3 more hours, and the water would be reheated using only 550 watts of power. But maybe the 3rd shower now takes place, and that's the teenager in the house. And of course, the teenager's goal is to use all the hot water if possible. So the water heater says, wow, now you've essentially flipped the entire tank. So I'm going to change my mode of operation so that I can provide the same volume of hot water you're used to with the same recovery time as a standard electric water heater. To do that, we're going to turn the heat pump off, and we're going to switch to the resistance heating elements temporarily. The top heating element's going to come on, recover the top 30% of the tank, just like your old electric water heater did. Then this element is going to go off, and the bottom heating element will come on, recover the bottom 70% of the tank, just like your old electric water heater. Then it switches back to heat pump. In that operating mode, hybrid mode, this water heater is 240% efficient. That means for every $1 you spend to heat water, you're actually getting $2.40 in hot water. That's where the savings figure of $365 a year comes from. That's the money that you normally would be paying the power company, but because you have an Energy Star heat pump water heater, you don't. The temperature comes factory set at 120 degrees. What you'll probably want to do is bump that temperature up, because we ship this at a non-scalding temperature, but you can change the temperature as high as 140 degrees. All you have to do is push the arrow up button and hit enter. The Department of Energy actually does the testing for Energy Star water heaters with it set to 135 degrees. So even set at that temperature, you still will not use any more than the $220 a year that we're referring to on the energy guide. You have an option of being able to put this in the heat pump mode as well. If you say, well, I don't want to ever turn on a 4,500 watt heating element, so the water heater is now locking those out and says I will use nothing but the heat pump to reheat the tank. What that also means is that it will take a little bit longer to recover once you drain the tank. But if there are only a couple of occupants in the house and you take your showers in the morning and then leave to go to work, that may not be a problem at all. You don't need a fast recovery when you're driving down the road. It also has a setting on it that says boost. That's for that time of year when you have all the family that says we're going to come down to Florida and stay free.